in 2005, what Hydro realized was it needed more of a decentralized approach where each area of expertise needed their own Aboriginal expertise within that group to develop mutually beneficial relationships with First Nations peoples based upon their interests. And so what we've seen at BC Hydro since early 2005 is the development of key expertise within key account managers, understanding what issues and challenges are being faced in First Nation communities. So when you look at low graduation rates, it's like, well, again, we no longer have residential schools, but communities don't have high school. So where are they graduating their students from? They're still having to move away to a different community, often without support and infrastructure available to them. And so as a result, their success rates have been lower. So in order to truly implement these strategies that we've developed, we need to not ignore those barriers. So, for example, developing a scholarship, or in our strategy's case, all of BC Hydro's apprenticeships require physics and principles of math, 11 and 12. You need to create a scholarship or a bursary as a financial incentive to say, I realize you're going to have to leave home, or you're going to have to do distance learning. You have dial-up service, not high speed. I just met with the fellow yesterday. So he's worked at BC Hydro, worked at the BC Transmission Corporation, and managed the right-of-ways for BC Hydro. So all of that 2,000 kilometers was his mandate for many, many years. When he would go out and have to engage with First Nations, he realized that they had so many more uses of the land than he had even considered. And so there has been a shift where people are realizing maybe we've just been looking at it one way and for our purposes only. So this now retired transmission manager is talking to me about, what if we started training people to do right-of-way vegetation management differently? And what if we started to create ethnobotanical gardens in these areas, regrowing natural vegetation that was there, providing business opportunities to local First Nations who, one, want to go and get reintroduced to the land, want to learn more about what some of the medicinal and other value-added aspects there are to some of this wild vegetation. If you keep your blinders on, you only see things in one way. But when you take off your blinders and you ask other people, what did you do here prior to us being here? Then you can expand your understanding of the multitude of different uses of something like a right-of-way, 2,000 kilometers of right-of-way. But let's not just cut it down and kill the trees. Why don't we look at what else might grow here? We need to constantly be aware that it's by working collaboratively and in a coordinated way that we can learn something from our neighbors about how to do our business. One of BC Hydro's core values just this last year has been ingenuity. When you're a group of engineers, often there is a very technical, very straightforward, severe way of doing things. And what we're asking ourselves as a company is, let's stop, make sure you've taken off your blinders, and ask yourself if there's another way, or if there's a more coordinated, collaborative way that we can still get the job done, but meet a larger group interest in this area.